you so much for coming out to my birthday. It's my first time. I've been in Canada for 17 years, and I was busy doing birthday for my son, right? Not for me. So I think about 3 years ago, and Natalie can remind me, is when I did a quick evening for 15 people. Is that so, Natalie? Was it 15 people? Yeah, so I've never done a birthday for myself. I was always doing for my son, right? So you have all heard my stories of being a single mom in Canada. You don't have time for yourself. You have time for your child. And now Eric is 23, so it's my time, right? My time, Eric. So I'm turning 57 on Monday, on the 2nd, but because it's a public holiday, I knew all the places will be closed, and my son works a lot in Toronto. He's in Toronto, he has 2 jobs, he's going to say hello to you. So I thought it's better to do it today, right? So that my son can come, and I also have 2 friends of mine from Kenya, and so I knew they are here. They have an event they're attending tomorrow. So I thought, what a great way to have Eric, to have my friends from Kenya, and to have my Canadian friends, all of us together. So that's why I thought about today. I know it was a very short notice. I thank you so much for finding the time. I can tell you that the next one I'm going to do is when I turn 60, which is 3 years from now. So you are invited. And so you'll not say it was a short notice because I'm giving you 3 years notice. I think those of you know me, I love people, and I love being around people. So any opportunity for me to invite you out, it's a great opportunity for me. So I want you to take this, not necessarily like a birthday party, but a great time for us to meet and network. So we know each other, some of us, because all of you are members of the Entrepreneur Nation. And you have traveled from far. I thank you so much. I want to tell you that starting with my son, Eric, I think you saw me posting. He doesn't see my posts because we agreed that I'll be on Facebook and he's going to be, the other one is called what, Snapchat? So I'm not on Snapchat. So we kept the distance that way. Eric is on Snapchat. I don't know what he talks about me there. And me, I'm on Facebook. So Eric, I've been talking about you on Facebook, because he was not able to get time out to come and see me and have so I really kept on insisting, Eric, and posting on Facebook and asking parents to pray for me so you can come. And so, Eric, at one point I wanted to cry and then record it on video and send it to you and say, your mom is crying because she's going to be 57 and you're not here. But finally, Eric made it. He got a co-worker who was able to take his shift, and so he's here. What I like about my son, Eric, and you allow me to talk about my son today, is his work ethic. He could not leave his employer and come for my birthday. He could not. So he said, Mom, I can't do that. I said, go and tell your employer that your mom has 57th birthday. He said, no, my employer doesn't care about that. My employer cares that I go to work. So we've been that tug of war, but finally he got someone, and I thank you. The other 2 people that I want to thank is Shana Bixma. Wave, Shana. Shana lives, I think, north of Owen Sound, and she has 4 children. One baby is breastfeeding, and so she came yesterday with the entire family and her husband, and they slept in the hotel so she can be here today. You have made very many steps for me, Shana, very many steps, and I'll make sure that I double the steps. Thank you so much. I want to thank Natalie Breaston. Wave, Natalie. And Natalie also had to leave her family at London, and she drove to Oakville, I think 6 p.m. She was saying, I'm going to Oakville, so she can sleep in Oakville and come here today. And I told Natalie, we need a cake. I was telling her at 6 p.m. We need a cake, Natalie. Can you find out where you're going to get a cake in Oakville? And she never said, Lucy, this is too late. They never say no to me, and I never say no to them. And that's how we have been able to work together. So Natalie, you have made also so many steps for me, and I'll continue to make steps for you. Thank you. I came to Canada only with my son. I have no family in Canada, I say that, and these are my family, right? I can go to Natalie anytime, and she'll answer my call, and nothing is too big. Shina, nothing is too big. And now all of you the same. And that's why I picked, out of 500 members of the Entrepreneur Nation, that's why I picked you, because I know we can go so many steps for each other. So let's do that. What I want to do is thank all of you. Peter Niemeyer, leaving an accountant in Guelph, leaving his practice to come here today. Lawyers, Donovan Francis, thank you, leaving and coming from London, Ontario. It's not about Lucy's birthday. It's the relationship we have built. And because you have come for my social event, I want you to know that whenever you have something, Lucy should be the first one to come for that. Invite me, and I'll come. So I would like to invite my son, Eric. He's 23 now, so he can stand in front. To come and say something, because Eric, I think you all know about him, is my only child. He was born when I turned 35. I was a career woman who thought that, oh, you know what, let me do my job in the banking sector. I'm not going to have time for children. And then at the age of 34, I was like, I need a child now. I need one now. So Eric is my only child, and I'm so happy with Eric. When we came with him to Canada, he was the one who was able to learn very quickly the Canadian culture through school, all the things that we needed to know. And he would come in the evening and say, Eric, what did the teacher say today? So everything I know is about through Eric. I would call the pizza shop to order pizza. They will not understand my accent. I will give the phone to Eric. So Eric is the one who would order pizza for me. Anything that I know today about Facebook, Eric is the one who opened my Facebook account. Because I went into business and I didn't know anybody. And so I was sharing with Eric in the evening that, oh, I have a salon and I don't have clients. I was very desperate. Eric said, Mom, do you know you can find clients on Facebook? I'm like, how? So Eric opened my account, my Facebook account. So most of the things, even learning how to use YouTube, it's Eric. So I always say Eric is my professor. So come here, Mr. Professor. Go ahead.
Can everyone hear me? Okay, so I didn't really know I'd be standing in front of the crowd. So yeah, I don't have anything prepared, but yeah, it's nice to see all the people that came out here to celebrate my mom's birthday. The thing I like the most about my mom, and maybe you guys have noticed this too, she's a very determined person, right? So like when she has a goal or like an idea that she wants, she doesn't ever stop until she gets there. Some people like have a goal and then they'll kind of fall off and then kind of come back, and that she doesn't do that. She sticks to it until she gets it. She started from the bottom. She was successful in another country, came here, became successful here as well. And I just really want to wish her a happy birthday because she sacrificed a lot of her life to raise me, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Professor. So today I want to invite a few members to come to the front. Actually, friends, today you're friends, you're not members of the Entrepreneur Nation, you're friends. I want to invite a few to come here and just quickly say something, just my relationship with you. You don't have to say anything positive. If there's anything negative, just say it. Just say it today. I think people forgive me if I've done something wrong. So I want to invite Shana Bixma, Nara Bresden, and Dwayne Richards, Peter Niemeyer, and Donovan Francis. I would like to invite Valerie and Chev. So please, can you come forward? And Yana, all of you come forward. I just want them to represent the others because they are from different chapters, so to represent the others, to say something just 1 minute. Donovan is also going to talk to us about Kenya, but not now. Today you are talking about my relationship with you in Canada, and then I will invite you when I'll be inviting my Kenyan friends. So let's start with Natalie. Less than a minute, quickly, something that you want to say.
Hi there, I had to write it. So I just want to say, so back in 2019, I became a franchise owner of the London part of the Entrepreneur Nation solely because of Lucy's vision. And over the past 5 years that I've worked with her, I have been always amazed about her strong work ethic, about her passion to help others and bringing people's business to fruition. And I find that her drive is unparalleled. I've yet to meet anybody, as Eric said, she doesn't know the meaning of no. And if someone says to Lucy no, she knows that she's going to do it and she's going to succeed. And I'm always amazed about her innovative ideas. Where she comes up with them, I don't know, but it's always a joy to see that whatever she puts her mind to, it's always positive. And Lucy's given me the opportunity to follow my passion, which is helping other people. And as she said, she's formed a family of entrepreneurs and business owners and professionals, and we're always here for each other. And I've yet to say in the 5 years that I've been part of the nation, I've never met anyone who didn't fit. She always makes sure that she had the right people. And I'm privileged to know Lucy, and I'm blessed that she's allowed me to be part of her journey. Sorry. And I wish her a happy birthday, and to God bless her. Sorry.
I echo so much of what Natalie just said. And yes, for those that don't know, my name is Shayna Beeksma, and I'm a Senior Regional Director for Hamilton and a fellow franchise owner. And I'm only here in this organization because, like Natalie said, Lucy has a vision. Lucy, she has created something so special here, with the Entrepreneur Nation. She has created something that is effective, is organic, is exciting, and delivers results in a way that people, especially those of us here, we're all professionals, the way that we want and need for our businesses to thrive. She believes in all of us. She thinks about ways that we can improve and pivot and all these things and find enthusiasm for our work once again. And it is her joy to help people. And honestly, my life has been so blessed, since having Lucy be a vital part of it and really being able to honestly call her family. The way that she's believed in me, even when I was struggling to see it. Sorry, now I'm going to get teary, but Lucy, thank you for everything, and happy birthday. We all love you.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Donovan Francis. I run an immigration law firm called Goose Law Immigration. So I launched out on my own in 2020, just at the beginning of the pandemic. And, when you've launched out, you're active on LinkedIn, you're trying to find clients. Well, I didn't realize that Lucy was actually in the process of finding me. So she reached out to me on LinkedIn. Never met this person, but her approach has always been very professional, very direct. And so I agreed to meet with her. And when she was done with me, I was sold. Like I said, okay, sign me up, sign me up. So I signed up with the Nation to become a member. And it's been a transformational experience ever since. I've been able to find great people. I've been able to find clients. But perhaps most importantly, I've been able to form a professional relationship with Lucy. And it turns out that when you become a member of the Nation, Lucy actually becomes your champion. And I saw that so much recently when I went to Kenya. And I'll talk about Kenya afterwards, as you've said. But, I cannot end without just speaking about the passion with which you were championing me being in Kenya. you know, and for that I appreciate you. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your genuine passion for what you do and the love that you've shown for everybody else, including myself. So thank you.
All right, next up, happy birthday, Lucy. I might be the only one in the room who's an Entrepreneur Nation alumni. And that's a great example of Lucy, and that even when you're not, for myself, when I'm not necessarily active in the Entrepreneur Nation, I'm always invited. So thank you. I got the opportunity to meet one of my clients. Again, Lucy entrusted me with helping Eric with his taxes, so I actually got to see, again, getting out in person, getting to see another one of my clients, because during COVID, a lot of my clients I've never met in person before. So again, it was great to meet Eric in person today. So, and just back in, Lucy actually gave me the opportunity to work with her to launch the Toronto chapter. So maybe people that didn't know, I hadn't met back then, but I helped Lucy launch the Toronto chapter after being involved with one of the first hybrid chapters in Oakville. So thank you, Lucy, and happy birthday.
Good afternoon, everyone. I met Lucy, I think, 4 years ago, when I actually had asked her, and some of you have also been guests, to speak with my students, and Lucy joined and spoke to my students about entrepreneuring and the benefits of essentially for lawyers knowing how to run your business. And from there, we kind of kept in touch, and then a couple of years ago, just a year ago, I think it was not too far from here, we had an After 5, and then from there I joined, became a regional director. And again, I would echo the things that Lucy's very relentless. She sees a goal, she sees what she wants to accomplish, and goes out and gets it, right? And I think that's a very important characteristic. She often also talks about her son, saying, hey, he's interested, and maybe one day you'll be his teacher. I'm glad, in college you don't do parent-teacher interviews, because I can only imagine if Eric doesn't get an A+ in my class, what's going to happen. But that's the kind of determination that's very important. The passion that Lucy has, not just for her business, but for all of us here, inviting us to her birthday, looking at it as an opportunity again to continue to build and extend, the family, the friends that we've made over the years with the Entrepreneur Nation. And again, the next birthday's 3 years. You should already put it into your calendar. So she'll be like, I told you, where are you? Make sure you're there, wherever it is. Maybe it'll be in Kenya, and we can all go down there. But congratulations, happy birthday, Lucy, and nice to see everyone again here at the event.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yana. I'm a licensed insolvency trustee. I've heard about Lucy from my former colleague, another trustee. He suggested you should absolutely reach out to Lucy Jeffrey. She's a great resource. Well, I did. That same evening, we had a phone call, and I joined the next day. I was sold. And ever since, I keep on saying to Lucy that she's not only my business inspiration, she's my personal inspiration. Her drive for life, her desire to live a life, is something that drives all of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Peter?
So I'm Peter Niemeyer. I'm a chartered accountant from the Guelph chapter. And I came here today and Lucy tapped me on the shoulder and asked me to speak. And when I saw Eric speaking, I was like, I'm being treated like family. So I just wanted to say I'm very honored and privileged to be here. My experience with the Entrepreneur Nation, when I started my own business, it was daunting. It's hard to make connections, and I think the difference between superficial connections and real lasting relationships was something that I was missing. So after joining the 10 Nation and meeting Lucy and getting involved in it and really having deliberate, intentional networking sessions and meeting with people from other chapters, it's been a complete blessing to my business and brings me here today, and honored and privileged. And I also just wanted to say, as a chartered accountant, when I see business owners, leadership, takes you only so far. And I would see with this group, this number of people all here to celebrate this occasion, it's really indicative of really extraordinary leadership. And just thank you again to Lucy, and it's been a blessing, and thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Valerie?
Thank you, Lucy, for the invite. Hello, everyone. I'm Valerie with the Scarborough chapter. It's closer to the microphone. You know, I echo everybody, just the drive that Lucy has and the vision that she has. For me, it was a little bit more than that, because we can find that. What we can't find is a down-to-earth, grounded, spiritual person in behind all this who really does care about people. And yeah, I'm, like you said, I'm just honored and blessed to be here. So thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Lucy. Hello, everyone. My name is Chevan Reed, insurance broker and franchise owner for the Billard Insurance Group. There's so much to say about Lucy. To be honest, I'm heading into my 3rd year of the chapter. And Lucy, I want to say thank you. You have been a true blessing to me, my business, and all the members can relate. And her names actually spell it out. L, she's very loving. U, she gives unwavering support to all of us. C, she's very charismatic. And Y, she's youthful. And with those characteristics, it helps a lot. So, 30-second story. How we met on LinkedIn. I saw Lucy post this. It was a bus looking like a Greyhound bus. So I sent her an email and I'm like, Lucy, is this a bus for business people? Because I want to join. And she's, yes, come on board. We're taking a trip all over Canada. So I'm still waiting for that trip for all the members. All right, thanks again and happy birthday, Lucy.
Yeah, so I was actually posting, thank you everyone. Thank you, you are my family. And that's why I want to even invite you to Kenya. That's why I've even invited my business partners in Kenya so they can tell you about Kenya so you can come. I've enjoyed being in Canada, but I want you to enjoy my country, right? It can't be one-way traffic. It has to be two-way traffic. So you're invited to Kenya, my other country. I love Canada, and I want you to see where I came from. So the bus, Chef, I was posting the bus because I was saying, all of us as members of the Entrepreneur Nation, as a team, there's something we can do. And we were like, let's contribute money and buy a bus so we can be going on retreats or this and that. Like I have all those ideas. And so Chef said, that bus looks like a Jamaican bus. I said, yes, let's do that. So really all the posts that you see me posting on social media are the ones that have attracted people to me because being authentic is so important. And so I like being authentic, and that's what has done that. So with that said then, I wanted to invite my business partners from Kenya. I actually went to Kenya and they saw what I'm doing and they are building in Kenya. Donovan would also come forward with them because he has been there, and they appointed me as their brand ambassador. I knew that my hands were very full, but I was like, you know, all it takes is Lucy to talk on Facebook or social media and sell their apartments. So far, I think we have sold 7. Right, so they are in Canada to meet Kenyans in Canada tomorrow in Etobicoke, but I said, why don't you come over and meet my clients as well in Canada? So that if I invite you to Kenya, at least you know who to meet. So Laban and Miles, and also Donovan, please. Donovan went to Kenya, so they said they'll make you Kenyan, so please come. So I want, who want to start? You know, say hello to them, introduce, tell them what it is about Kenya. In fact, about Kenya, Miles is from UK and he lives in Kenya. Why? Like, what is so good about Kenya? Right? So please, go ahead.
Okay, I guess I go first, yeah.
Yeah, you go first.
All right.
We can adjust this because of TV. They're picking the button from there.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So my name is Miles Hargreaves. I'm the International Market Ambassador for Unity Homes, which is where me and Laban work. But yes, as I am originally from the UK, I've lived in Kenya for 15 years. And I loved it within a week of being there. It's an incredible country. And I think a lot of the stuff I've just been hearing from you about Lucy, when you go to Kenya, you'll see that Kenyans they are incredibly positive people that see the best in everything and everyone. Very hardworking and extremely entrepreneurial. And I think what you're seeing with Lucy is a great example of that. But yeah, Kenya's just, there's just an awful lot to do and appreciate, from the white sandy beaches at the coasts to the fantastic world-class safaris that you can do. There's only a handful of countries where you can do that kind of thing, to the lakes in the west, and of course Mount Kenya as well. So there's lots of outdoor activities, which I'm sure is a big part of the lifestyle in Canada as well. Slightly different, but it's just a wonderful country. So I love it, and hopefully we'll stay there for many more years. And I think that's probably enough for me. I'll hand over to Laban.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, my name is Laban Tanui. I work together with Miles. And standing in front of you today, I'm so happy because I have met friends through Lucy. I want to thank Lucy because she has touched many lives across the world, not only here in Canada. Even back at home, we are proud of Lucy. Please, may we clap for Lucy. Through Lucy Jeffries, we've managed to meet other friends. Donovan Francis standing here. We met him through Lucy Jeffrey. When he was in Kenya, I'm actually the one who was with Francis showing him around in the properties that we do in Tatu City. So we are located in Nairobi, Tatu City. It's about 20 kilometers from the airport, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And the units that we sell are actually very nice holiday homes. And guess what? The price is very affordable when I try and compare the kind of pricing that you have here in Toronto. Because with $45,000, you can get a one-bedroom apartment, which is an holiday. Yeah, 45,000 USD, you can get a one-bedroom apartment. Yeah, with about 75,000 USD, you can get a two-bedroom apartment. Yeah, and even now, the most luxurious ones, which you're calling them the townhouses, with only 250,000 USD, you can also get a unit USD. So thank you so much, Lucy, for the opportunity you've given us. Very nice holiday homes that we have in Kenya. And guess what? Lucy has invested several properties with us in Kenya. And she can host many of you whenever you're in Kenya for holidays. And we're proud of you. My brother here, Francis, is now has Kenyan roots, because he's doing well also in Kenya in terms of investment. I mean, she'll mention that when he comes here to speak. Otherwise, we are so proud of you, Lucy. When I saw your friends here, you touched my heart. You touched my heart, because I saw the laugh that is coming from your friends. We're proud of you. Yeah, please keep it up. Continue touching the lives here. Yeah, and I pray that one day I'll also be a member of the entrepreneur team. Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, be blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laban. As an unofficial Kenyan, perhaps I should greet you first by saying mambo. And what would the response be?
Yeah, yes, you should say poa. When it
Poa.
says mambo, you say poa.
Yes.
It's a Swahili way of greeting.
Poa. There you go. So good to be talking to you again. So I've as a Canadian Jamaican, I've always had a desire to visit the African continent. And so we got an opportunity to do that 2 years ago. We visited Ghana and Rwanda, but we never got a chance to visit Kenya. That opportunity came this summer. So we spent, about 2 weeks in Kenya. And those were 2 of the best weeks of our lives. And then there are many more who are investing. They've chosen not to live there. They live in Canada, they live in the US, they live in the UK, but they're investing in Kenya. They're buying apartments, because remember, there are millions of tourists who go to Kenya every year to see the wildebeest, like millions of these things, just like you see it on television. Millions of these things running and crocodiles eating them and stuff. So you have millions of tourists coming to Kenya every year to see this thing in real life. And all of these people, they're coming to spend money. they need to stay someplace, they need tour guides, they need all of these opportunities. And so those are some of the things that I saw that opened up my eyes to Kenya. You know, and I mean, my friend Lucy was saying all of this stuff and I was hearing, but hearing it is one thing. Going there and experiencing it is another. You know, and so I had the opportunity of going through Tattoo City with Laban. You know, he took myself and my family around. You know, I like to troop around with my family, including our little 3-year-old. So we're going through this place, and it's a very modern development that's built up to Western standards. But what impressed me was it was unlike anything I've seen before, because there's an industrial side to it. And then there are all of these what kind of industrial? You call them semi-industrial, kind of light industrials. Light industry. So they're light industries. So there's these, they're big, I believe they're UK companies, they're American companies, there are Chinese companies setting up these massive factories within the same complex. So there's a residential section where Unity Home has its different developments, and then there's all of the commercial side. And then there are all of these, you know, expats and foreigners coming in and doing business on the industrial side and needing some place to stay, right? And then, you know, that's where all the investors have been coming in and so on. And so I'm looking on, I'm saying, wow, we've been missing out, you know, because, you know, we're far away. You know, they're closer to Europe, you know, they're closer to Asia. And so a lot of those people are going in, you know, and helping to build and develop and buy properties. But we being so far removed, where I felt like we're missing out. But my own eyes were open. And so the one thing I'd say is, if ever you get an opportunity, you're thinking about a vacation, 2 weeks or so on, you know, go have a look, see what Kenya has to offer. And maybe you might end up like my wife, where your spouse may have to end up dragging you out of Kenya, kicking and screaming. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'm a Kenyan citizen and I'm a Canadian citizen. So my feet are here and here. So I love both countries. I love both countries, and that's why I'm happy to hear others talking about Kenya for me, so it's not only me who is talking about Kenya. Kenya is a Commonwealth country, and just like Canada, everyone speaks English. So that's why it becomes very easy for people from UK and from US to go to Kenya. So now we want Canadians also to know, because I find Canadians go this way, south, they don't think about the other way. So when Laban and Miles were coming here, I like preparing people. Even Donovan, I sent him, these are the questions Kenyans are going to ask you. So I sent him a list of questions so he can be prepared. Remember, I'm a former high school teacher. So I also sent them a list of what they need to know about Canada, right? Because they are coming to Canada. So I sent them a long list about Canada, the great things about this country, and I was reading and repeating, and I was like, wow, it's the best country in the world. So can you remember anything in that write-up about Canada that you read there?
Oh yeah, after Russia is the second biggest country.
Second biggest country in the world. Sometimes we stay here in Canada and we take Canada for granted, right? What else do you remember? Canada has 2 million lakes. Did we know that? Sometimes even as Canadians, we don't know, right? What else? The largest forests. Canada, the largest forest in the world are in Canada. Canada has the largest coastline. I wrote all that and I was proud to be Canadian, right? So anything else you can remember? The diversity, right? Maybe they didn't read. Yeah. The Canadian diversity, right? The Canadian diversity. You can see everyone is represented here. Actually, Unity Homes are now selling. They are trying to build homes in Nigeria. And I said, I know so many Nigerians in Canada. I'll tell them. So we have everyone here in Canada, right? How people are respected. Human rights, it's the best. I was telling them that as far as I know, and lawyers can correct me, there are 3 groups of people that are protected, really, like in terms of priority: children, senior citizens, people with disability, and women. I'm sorry, men. I'm sorry, but those people are really protected, right? So you have to think about, and then where I live in the county, I can sleep without closing the door. I don't have to close the door, right? Canada is that safe. So people love each other. How did I come here and make all these friends? I don't know if I would have done that in another country. So I really want you to see that I try to balance both to show both worlds. So thank you for that. Do you have any questions for them about Kenya? Anyone with a question? Awesome. Thank you so much. Then I'll let you sit down. Thank you, Donovan. I think they said they'll make you Kenyan. Let me see what else now is in my notes here. I had sent out trivia questions. Who read those questions? Even Canadians love and they didn't read the questions. Let's see if they read the questions. Even Canadians, I prepare everyone before they come for my meetings. Did someone read the trivia questions that I sent out? I know they are very busy, they didn't read. Anyone who read? If you read, oh yes, so come forward. Do you remember any of the trivia questions? And you can look at it on your phone. Come forward.
You mentioned what's your year of birth?
Yes.
I would go for 1967 because if you're turning 57.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come forward, Sayo. Come forward. Laban Sayo want to come to Kenya. He want to come to Kenya. He's originally from India. He's here in Canada. He's an immigration consultant, and he want to come to Kenya. So he knows my year of birth. So make him Kenyan.
I'm next in the line to become a Kenyan.
So who else can remember? Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah,
thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Who else can remember a question that was there? Trivia questions? I just didn't want it to be like a business event. We need to have some fun. And it's not like kids. It's not, we are not going to have children birthday. Nara, yes.
What was your first job?
What was my first job? Those who follow me on social media, you must know what my first job was. What was my first job? High school teacher. Yes, I became a high school teacher after going through Bachelor of Education in Kenya. In 1991 is when I graduated, and that time we didn't have to look for a job. You graduate and you have a certificate and a job offer. So I didn't even learn how to look for jobs. What other question is there?
What's your hobby?
What's my hobby?
Helping people.
Sorry? Helping people is my hobby, not golf. Not golf. Let's put it that way, that it's helping people. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen is an insurance broker. What else? We can't have Nara dominating.
Which cuisine is your favorite?
What is my favorite cuisine? Who knows? Favorite food? Nara has known me for 6 years and she doesn't even know.
You like Kenyan food, but you don't always cook it.
Yeah. So I have no favorite food because I don't like cooking. My son is a chef and he doesn't cook for me. So I'm like, Eric, what are we eating today? And he's like, I don't cook at home, I only cook in the restaurant. So I have no favorite food. I eat anything that I find. Yeah, I love steak actually, Shena. Yeah, as long as it has no black pepper. I have intolerance for black pepper, so yeah, I can eat anything. Who else?
I guess pizza because you have to have your.
Yeah, pizza. And you know what? When I came here 17 years ago, there was no pizza in Kenya. So I learned about pizza here in Canada. But now they have. Now McDonald's and all the other restaurants are in Kenya.
Who is Lucy's favorite musician or band?
Who is my favorite musician? Do I even know Eric? So you can imagine those are Chat GPT, maybe Michael Jackson. Chat GPT questions. What other question? Eric, is it Michael Jackson? I think.
What was your first big trip Lucy took?
Big trip? Canada. This is the farthest I've ever traveled. So Canada was my first time to come to Canada, but this was my biggest trip. What else? Black pepper, I already said that. Black pepper and scent allergies. I have serious scent allergies, serious. I go to Walmart because they have all these cosmetics and all that. I come out with my heart pumping. It's called SVT, so that's how I have very fast heart rate just because of scents. I've called 911 so many times coming out of Walmart, and I didn't know. I didn't know that. I don't know. Did someone do a research? No, I don't know. So let's keep that. That's a Chat GPT question.
Keanu Reeves.
Sorry?
Keanu Reeves.
I don't know who that is. Oh, we are going to look up to read about that. What other question is there? What other question? No other question? So it was saying, Lucy says on LinkedIn that she's fearless. What does she fear? Spiders. No? What? I'm fearless, right? I'm fearless. I go on LinkedIn and I'm connected to prime ministers of Canada and even Barack Obama, and I just talk. I'm fearless. But what do I fear?
Lizards or snakes?
Snakes. Snakes. That's why I decided I'll never go to Florida, because I hear there are so many snakes there. That's why I decided in the wintertime I'm going back to Kenya, not to Florida. Well, I think they are there, but you never find them in the cities. But Florida, I hear they are everywhere, so I don't want to go to Florida.
I also fear snakes.
I fear snakes. Yeah. Any other question? Are we done?
Which city did Lucy live for the shortest time in Canada?
Toronto. I arrived in Toronto with Eric, and I rented a furnished apartment. That time, 17 years ago, it was 2,900 Canadian dollars, and I didn't have a job. Fortunately, I had come with good money from Kenya because I was a former banker, but the money ran out so fast I was just so panicking. You know, paying 2,900 a month for a one-bedroom furnished apartment, so that's when I went to London, Ontario. So I stayed in Toronto, I think, for 1.5 months, and we moved. So that was the shortest. I don't like even sleeping in Toronto. I come to Toronto and back. I don't like staying in Toronto. That's why when my son said he's coming to Toronto, I really panicked. Because of that experience. And then, of course, I didn't know how to use subway. So I'm jumping, I'm like, jump! And then jump. And Eric was so young, he was like 6 years old, he's jumping in the subway, and before me, I'm like, Eric, don't go, let's wait. What else? Any other question? So many. When you're an immigrant in Canada, you have to try different things to know what is the right thing for you. I actually tell people, if you have done only one thing, you don't know what Canada has to offer. So I've done so many businesses, from cleaning company to starting a nail salon. I can do nails very well. I'm an esthetician. I stand in that. I've done network marketing. I have done what I'm doing now. I've started all sorts of businesses. It's just because I wanted to find the right one. Because I didn't want to do one thing and say this is good enough. So yes, I've done so many businesses in Canada, maybe even more than 10. And even now, my accountant is not here, so I can tell you, I own 4 corporations in Canada. All of you know only one, but I own 4. And in Kenya, I own 3, so I have 7 corporations. That is how I love businesses. So when I call myself an entrepreneur, it's not a joke. I'm an entrepreneur round and round. 7 corporations, and I file taxes for all of them, and pay the accountants for all of them. Yeah, I file taxes in Kenya, and I file taxes here. I'm just busy filing taxes for corporations. Anything else? That's it. The reason why I came with those questions, I wanted you to think, really, we don't know each other very well, right? We need to go deeper and know each other. And the deeper we go, the deeper we are going to build relationships, right? So think about when you meet with the other members, think about going deeper. When I meet with people, I ask them so many questions so I can get to know them more. Obviously, I don't ask them what food do you eat and all that, because in Canada, we know you also don't want to cross some boundaries, but let's get to know people more, and the more we know them, the more we'll build those relationships. So I said that I'm going to announce today my future plans. Who knows what my future plans are? No? So my future plans at the age of 57, I've built the Entrepreneur Nation. It's my wonderful business that all of you are part of. I know even members have told me to start shareholding so members can own shares, because somebody like Nara, 6 years, why can't she become a shareholder? There's even another one, Neil Conker, my financial advisor, Nara, found out that he has been paying us membership for 2 years because there was no chapter for him. But he paid membership to wait, like being in the waiting list for 2 years to get a financial position seat in London, Ontario. So why do people do that? So I just found out, I met with him on Tuesday, I found out that he has been paying for 2 years. And he said, no problem. I'm just paying. Whenever you find a seat, let me know. So what's in it for those members, right? So the Entrepreneur Nation is always going to be my baby, of course, after Eric. I don't want Eric to think that I put the Entrepreneur Nation before him. So my baby after Eric, the Entrepreneur Nation will be part of my plans. But I felt that I need to support Kenya, because really, if you belong to 2 countries, you can't abandon one. So I'm supporting Kenya through Unity Homes, and I'm doing events in Kenya. So in November, we'll have an event, a CEO group. I'm creating the CEOs Club in Kenya. In December, I'm having a big business event with 300 people. And if you want, Carl has told me he's coming to Kenya to speak at that event. If you want to come, you can come. And then in February, I want to speak to women in Kenya. And there's a group I created in Canada, I call it Women in Leadership Canada. We were meeting with Shena and Naradim, but we stopped, just to share things that affect women. I remember that the time we were talking with Shena with young baby and managing our law firm and all that. Like sometimes women need a shoulder to cry on. So I've decided in Kenya I want to be also the shoulder for them to cry on, and I'm starting a Women in Leadership in Kenya in February. You are welcome to come if you want to hang out with me. You have the apartments available. You don't have to sleep in the hotels. So that's what I want to do. But other than that, I've been approached by a few people to run for political position in Canada. But I think I love talking, I love fighting for people, I love defending people, and I think I can do it. I can really campaign, but I don't like to be insulted. If somebody insulted me, I will insult them back. And CBC will be all over the place that MP insulted a Canadian. So that's my only problem. No, because I know I'm going to say something on LinkedIn and people will be busy insulting me the way they insult. And then I have lawyers, right? So I'm like, yes, I can do that. I think I can do that, but not now. It's when I turn 60. Right now I'm paying attention to the Entrepreneur Nation, but I don't want to be insulted. Campaigning and winning, that's not a problem. I have 22,000 people on LinkedIn and Facebook, so many, and I was told I only need to have 4,000 people supporting me. Only 4,000. I have over 70,000 that I know. So, but how do I deal with people insulting me because they think it's their right to insult me? And I'll look at them and say, no, you can't insult Lucy. So that's where now I'm stuck in terms of when I turn 60, what do I do? I don't know. So I've given you that as homework to think about it and tell me what I need to do. So yeah, think about it, but people have invited me and sat down and said, we have seen how you support businesses, we have seen what you are doing, we think you can make a difference. Again, my other problem is which political party? Because, sorry? Yeah, so that's the point. I didn't want to be part of any political party because I don't want to divide our members. Because our members are part of different parties, right? So the point was either start one that has nothing to do with the ones that, excuse me? Yeah, please, we are talking here, we are competing. So yeah, it's either start one and mobilize people so that it has nothing to do with the ones that are there. But then people say that can also take quite a bit of effort, right? So that's what is out there. I just wanted you to know I'm not going into politics unless I can be assured that people will not insult me. And I can't be assured of that. So you tell me, I'm throwing that challenge to you as well, because my challenge is your challenge. Awesome. So with that said, then now you know what the future is, that the Entrepreneur Nation is my future. It will never stop. We have franchise owners. Those of you who want to become franchise owners and carry this company to the next level, because at the age of 60, I don't think I'll be able to do it the same way. I'm inviting all of you to keep this company going, and the only way you can keep it going is taking positions the way Shina and Naradi are doing it. And because like when they are leading their chapters, I never even get to know. I never think about it because we have about 25 chapters. right? So think about how you can participate so we can move this company to the next level beyond my 60 years. I think that's it, really. At this time, I want to give a gift. We always give gift. I said I don't like gift for my birthday, but I want to give a gift to our Kenyan visitors. Shena and Nara, did you want to come and present to them? So that is actually South African wine. I always give South African wine in Canada. So I don't know if Kenya has any wine. If Kenya has wine, we can always give Kenyan wine. So really, that's it. We've come to an end. Actually, it's 2:21. I'm very sorry that I've kept you for 20 minutes because I'm saying 2 p.m. So this is over now. If you have any questions or if you want to hang out and network, but I did thank you so much for that. Our next event will be in Guelph, where Peter Niemeyer is. Please come and support Guelph. It will be on the 18th of September, Wednesday, 18th of September at 5:30 p.m. So I think Nara is saying that we should take a photo of everyone. Can everyone come to the front? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's take a picture, 1 0.